Question: could several Middle Eastern and South Asian governments be suppressing the existence of actual giants? Although initial archaeological evidence came in the form of badly photoshopped images claiming to be from Saudi Arabia and Egypt, the most recent reports have taken a significantly more disturbing tone. Not only are they coming from more credible sources, but these reports do not just concern archaeological discoveries, but actual living giants. And just in case you haven't noticed, I am a bot, and this is episode 9 of the mysterious Middle East. On the 12th of April, 2017, the US Air Force dropped the largest conventional bomb in its arsenal to flush out Daesh terrorists, according to official Pentagon reports. However, insider testimony suggests another reason for the use of the massive ordnance air blast bomb, also known as Moab, which contains 21,600 pounds of explosives and has a mile-long blast radius. The Moab is so powerful that it was not used by the Bush administration back in 2003 due to fears of collateral damage. Today, conspiracy theorists say that the use of this weapon is necessary to flush out, capture or destroy giants hiding in Afghanistan's mountains, who possess technological secrets going back to the origins of human civilization. Definitive proof of the historical existence of such creatures has the potential to upset the Darwinian scientific model on the evolution of man, making the subject a perfect candidate for an international conspiracy theory on their potential existence. Furthermore, the crazier end of the conspiracy that suggests such creatures are alive today complicates the matter exponentially. Could there be any truth to the conspiracy? Some people more readily than others will brush aside such questions, calling it silly and nonsensical. However, given the ramifications for the existence of these creatures in South Asia and the Middle East, the subject deserves scrutiny. From a historical perspective, especially within the context of the Middle East, the overwhelming evidence suggests that such beings did at one time exist. Here, all three Abrahamic faiths, Judaism, Christianity and Islam, mention or talk about giants in one way or the other. While in ancient Egypt, many hieroglyphs show some humans as giants, archaeologists say this depiction is a matter of regal respect. However, the Quran explicitly states that there were some nations of humans who were literally giants. Furthermore, in the books of Hadith, we learn that the first prophet Adam and his contemporaries were all tall people, with Adam himself being described as 60 cubits tall. Yet whilst in Islam we believe that the very earliest humans were giants compared to modern man, Christianity says that the giants of the past were overall a different species, going by the name of the Nephilim. They were said to be half human and half fallen angels. In Islam, however, the idea that actual angels could sin and go against God is not something that is even remotely entertained. So an alternative theory for what the giants could be is from a species of human known as Yajuj and Majuj, a mysterious, yet dangerous and brutally savage race of metahumans who have been isolated from the rest of humanity for thousands of years, but will be released onto the earth during the last days. In English they are known as Gog and Magog. Theoretically, and this is a stretch, these strange human-like people could be in the process of emerging from their exile and are already engaged in a secret war with the militaries of the world.
Well, when we came up, basically came outside, we had a normal 463L pallet loaded down with what they told us was a giant. Okay. When I walked out to it, she was pretty much covered up, and of course the guys were looking at it, laying down next to it, and basically showing its size.
In the late 2000s, a phone call to the show Coast to Coast was of a US pilot talking about a cargo he flew from Afghanistan, which he claims was the corpse of a 12-foot human, who weighed upwards of 1,500 pounds and had 6 fingers and toes. This giant had attacked a small squadron of US soldiers who had ventured into the mountains of Afghanistan in search of the Taliban. 9 soldiers were killed in the encounter, ripped apart and eaten by this creature before it was finally killed. The soldier reports that it was able to run up to 40 kilometers in 2 footsteps and incredibly strong. In Egypt in 2012, 24 giant tombs were discovered a short distance away from Giza, each with a tremendous weight of roughly 100 tons. Officially, the tombs are said to have been built 3,300 years ago by Ramesses II. However, it is believed that Egyptian authorities are hiding evidence that many of these tombs predate Ramesses II by thousands of years, and were in fact put in place to house the bodies of giants. During that same year, Iraqi archaeologists had also reported that they had uncovered the bones of giants. The skeletons of 4 males were dug up in the Kala district, south of the city of Kirkuk in Iraq. Said to be several thousand years old, it has been calculated that they would have stood over 10 feet tall. According to exopolitics.org, a number of US government and military whistleblowers have come forward with stories of giants hiding in Afghanistan and other locations, where these creatures are only now beginning to awake from stasis chambers after being asleep for thousands of years. Secret Space Program whistleblower Corey Good was among the first to publicly disclose the existence of stasis chambers that have been holding perfectly preserved giants for millennia. According to other conspiracy theorists, different military forces have been stationed around the world, including in Afghanistan, to locate these giants, with supposed ex-military and current military personnel confirming that a secret war is currently taking place. According to Good, they call them stasis beings, and that these giants were using a technology created by the ancient builder race. This race is implied to be of extraterrestrial origin and may have not only have been wrongly interpreted by pre-Christian religions as gods because of their technological advances like the ancient Sumerians in Iraq as shown in previous episodes, but also the fallen angels and their descendants who went by the name of the Nephilim in the Bible, and who may have even had a hand in the building of the ancient pyramids of Egypt, developing means to actually manipulate quantum realities as shown in episode 1 of The Mysterious Middle East. Exopolitics.org even go on to say that the 6th of April 2017 Pentagon strikes against Syria might also be part of this undercover war being waged against giants. On the border between Syria and Lebanon lies Mount Hermon, which they described as the main base of operations of the so-called fallen angels. However, as far-reaching and all-encompassing this conspiracy theory is, the one thing it lacks when it comes to proving the existence of present-day giants is solid tangible evidence, with the subjects already soiled by the viral Photoshop hoaxes of the early 2000s, which claimed to be proof that giants existed in Saudi Arabia and Egypt, while the later evidence of the archaeological find in 2012 Iraq has yet to be made public, and the questionable footage of one of the creatures in its stasis chamber in Iran looking more like hoaxes than anything else. The only thing left are unverifiable testimonies of military encounters with the creatures in Afghanistan. There is more evidence out there, but is there enough for a rational argument to be made? Yet, out of the many over-the-top conspiracies online, a secret war against giants in the Middle East, at least on a theological level, almost perfectly align the worlds of contemporary military unrest with that of the ancient scriptures of all religions. Do you believe that giants exist, or that this is just an urban legend that has gone viral and become its own monster? Comment below. And of course, don't forget to like.